the change from year to year?
Well, first and foremost, obviously, it was disappointing in the sense of the expectations that we put on ourselves, individually and as a team, to come up short of what we wanted to do is, a disappointment. And then, there's never just one answer for, why you have that setback. It's, there's usually a lot of small answers that kind of, over the course of the year, they, end up costing you. So, as you asked, the come from behind wins that, we didn't hit that same mark that we were able to hit last year. And, there's a lot of things that factor into that.
You've always been a guy that has fostered locker room morale. Just what was your evaluation of what happened to this locker room this season?
You know what? It's like we have a good locker room. We have good people in here. We have people that care and try and want to do well, want to perform. There's some turnover within the personnel throughout the year. Whether that was a factor or not, it's hard to tell. But talking with these guys, we spent the past couple days together, and everyone's committed to improving over the summer and being better as individuals and as a team next year.
Mika mentioned kind of the communication and how he feels team-wide it has to be better, both from kind of top down and then from you guys with coaches and management. Just how do you evaluate where kind of communication within the organization is?
I mean, for me, it's good. I feel, if there's something that, can be addressed or what I feel comfortable talking to the people that I think can help facilitate that. But, it's something that if there are guys that feel it could improve, I'm sure it's going to come up in meetings and, it'll be addressed.
Jonathan, how did you feel like the locker room responded when a lot of the, especially in-season trades, started happening? Trouba goes the captain. I'm sure that was a big thing. But just how did you feel like that? Obviously, at the same time, a lot of losing was happening. So how do you feel like the guys responded to that?
Obviously, looking back on the season and where we finished, it's you got to be left with the thought of we didn't respond the way we needed to, right? So we weren't able to get the wins we needed to be a playoff team. And as I said earlier, that's a lot of factors into that, a lot of things that they add up and they factor into that. After going through, we had a tough losing stretch. I think maybe it was November, December, in that time. Would we want to respond with a 10-game winning streak? Of course, right? You want that as a response anytime you lose a game, right? So it's, at the end of the day, we didn't get enough wins, we didn't get enough points. So, our response obviously wasn't what it needed to be.
How about your season individually? How do you look back on that?
I mean, looking back, that's what we finished, 6 points out from the spot? 6 points, 8 points, something like that. But, I could think of 3 or 4 games that I could have performed better and we could have got wins if I had performed better, and maybe that's the difference in why we didn't make it. So, I think you always got to start there. You got to start with yourself, and you got to, assess at times, you good moments throughout the season. You had moments where you need to improve, and, I'm certainly going to look at those 3-4 games that are just off the top of my head, and I'm sure more when I put some more thought into it, where what could I do to have been better for the team to help get wins.
What's your feeling moving forward with the team and your confidence level, and then to get back on track here?
And obviously it's still your, feeling the, the pain of not being a playoff team, but, that's going to have to shift. You're going to spend time judging yourself and, your game throughout the year, and then you're going to come up with a plan to be better for next season. Like I said, I like the guys in this room. I think that despite not making the playoffs, I think we need to have those high expectations on ourselves of what we can achieve next year. And, we got time now. There's guys with some injuries that they're going to have time to heal up and, have a full summer training to get ready for next year. And, you know, coming in next year with those high expectations of ourselves and of our team.
Matt said he's moving
One or
out.
two more.
How much of an adjustment will it be not having him around?
Not having who?
Matt Rempe around. He said he's moving out.
Oh, yeah.
Kicked him out. We heard.
Yeah, no, well, he's he definitely knows he's invited for dinner whenever he wants. So he'll, you know, might not be sleeping there, but I'm sure he'll be stopping by pretty frequently. Yeah.